one of the best loved characters in soap history. She was played by the absolute iconic late, great Barbara Windsor.
And now you've just seen her. Jaime Winstone is here to tell us what it's like to step into her shoes, for a second time, actually, as she brings Eastenders' Peggy Mitchell back to our screens for a special flashback episode.
But now, listen, we have got a very special treat for you because we are now the first ones to see this. So let's have a look at this exciting exclusive clip. Oh, it's honestly just such an amazing idea. Jaime joins us now. Jaime, so lovely to see you.
Hi, my loves.
This is, I mean, we were chatting about in the break and you said something that I really want to pick up on. We know you for playing Babs in Babs, the biopic that you did, and you were absolutely unreal in that.
Thank
the wiggle and the giggle.
The wiggle and the giggle.
Brilliant.
Oh, to shake that wiggle and that giggle.
I mean, we loved it. But this, you said, it was the final piece of the jigsaw because
Yeah.
in Babs you didn't get to Peggy.
No, I didn't get to Peggy, so this is really bookending my journey with her. So, yeah, I had to sort of shake that sort of carry-on-esque, and it took a long time to shake that wiggle and that giggle.
Yeah.
But I got to sort of implement all the stuff that I had personally with Barbara, that I got to see her at home and, you know, got to sit around a piano and sing with her and that sort of stuff. But she was so gorgeous in the way she was so generous with her time and always give you so much love and energy. And, yeah, so this has been an amazing journey for me.
So just to explain to people the premise, so this is a special one-off episode of EastEnders, which we're going to see the 5th of September.
5th of September.
So the whole episode is dedicated to us going back and finding out about Peggy.
Yeah, it's really about the family before the Mitchells became the Mitchells, and also to see why Phil is who he is and the beginning of his journey. Yeah, it's set in 1979. The backdrop is London, grim. They're, you know, quite skint. There's rubbish on the streets, Thatcher's on the telly, scarily like what's going on today.
And life very different for women then.
Yeah.
You know, they were more at home.
Yeah,
looking
women
after
knew
the
their
house.
place and was, you know, did the cooking, the cleaning, and were very proud homekeepers. But yeah, it's a turbulent episode. There's lots to take in. It's super fast-paced and, yeah, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. And, I mean, when you get that phone call, I mean, like we said, you did Babs, the biopic. When you get that phone call from EastEnders to say, Jaime, listen, we want you to come in and we've got this idea about a flashback episode, Peggy before Peggy, if you like. What was going through your mind? Was you like an absolute yes because you've done the Babs stuff, or was you like you said earlier, it's a very different person? It's not Barbara.
No, it's not
Peggy.
Barbara, and it's not that sort of carry-on-esque thing that I can do. It was scary, and I had to think about it properly. I had deep chats with my agents about it, but, you know, when it's an opportunity like this, you know, Peggy Mitchell, one of the most iconic sort of landlord of our nation for so long.
Literally.
You know, it's an honour. It really is an honour for me.
And it's EastEnders.
Yeah, what was it like being
EastEnders.
actually on the set of EastEnders?
Mad.
And, you know, because and also really busy. I mean, they do things
Super
quickly.
busy.
Now.
They work really fast. My respect for these actors and their production, how they churn out these episodes. And we actually got time to rehearse. You know, it was kind of shot like a play. It was written so well. You know, I literally read it twice, back to back. It was so interesting. And you're literally reading sort of like, you know, history, British film history, you know.
Do we find anything out about her that we'll be surprised about?
You'll see a lot more of a vulnerable side to her. It's definitely the sort of making of why Peggy Mitchell, how she became Peggy Mitchell, you know. She's kind of a bit more vulnerable, a bit more of a sort of blossom flower, and then, you know, society slowly breaks us down into hard, toughened women. But I think that's what we love about Peggy. And you see her relationship with her boys and, you know, their foundations of their family.
Barbara herself wasn't a mother, was she? But then we kind of think of her as a mother because of Peggy Mitchell and Phil and Steve.
Yeah, so that's the sort of thing I sort of drew on when I sort of felt Peggy, because she's such a tough mum and she really believed in her boys and just had deep protection. And, you know, I got a lot of that from Barbara myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I put a lot of that into it. And, you know, as soon as that wig went on... And
that was here.
It was
the wig.
Yeah.
People often say, don't they, it's the shoes, it's the thing, but it was
yeah, it was the wig for me. I just put it on and, you know, I did sort of speak to her and say, you know, is this the right thing for me? Am I allowed to do it? And I had a few signs and I felt like, you know, she'd always say to me on set when we did Babs is, you know, you're more me than me, but, you know, make this your own.
Good.
And that was just, you know,
And
the pat on the back you need.
Jaime. It was
Thank
honestly
you.
brilliant. Well, I can't wait to watch the entire episode. You say, I know it weren't probably the full Eastenders experience, you know, the quick turnarounds walking through the square. But, I mean, does it give you a bit of a bug for maybe a bit of soap? I know you said it was more like a play, and we love you in your films, don't get me wrong, but...
No, I mean, I'm film-based, but for me, this was, you know...
We
all
see
grew
you
up
and
with
Nat Cass
EastEnders.
having a row on the square, come on.
Well, you know, watch this space. I really feel like there's room for, you know, I really love the idea of doing something working-class period drama, you know, in EastEnders, going back and doing something in the 70s was just epic.
What about singing, though? Because we saw you in The Masked Singer.
Yes,
Oh,
you
the
did.
pipes on it!
Yeah,
the pipes on it!
I mean,
So you know.
who knew? Who
There she is,
knew?
on firework. Did you love it?
I loved it. You know what? It's a rare experience. You get to sort of sing on stage in front of people dressed as a firework.
Yeah.
I don't know how you sing in them. We've seen the mask, people bring them in and they're tiny.
It's hardcore. It's really hardcore, and you're sweating and you don't really know where you're looking. But for me, it was an out-of-body experience, and, you know, I love being under pressure, and I sort of love the fact that nobody had heard me sing. People have only heard me sing as Babs.
Yeah. Well, maybe you could combine, like, film and singing. Maybe you need to...
Well, yeah.
Find a role
Maybe there's
there.
Stevie Nicks in me yet.
Maybe there's something up her sleeve. That's all I was saying. Jaime, honestly, so lovely to see you, looking so well
Thank
as
you,
well.
my darling.
The special episode's Monday the 5th, isn't it?
Yes.
It's on
Yeah.
the 5th. The 5th. Look out for it. It's a very special
Sounds
episode.
amazing.
We can't wait to watch it.
Oh, thanks,
Send our love to the
guys.
family as
Will
well.
do.
Yeah.
Lovely to see
Thanks,
you.